A Merry Christmas to all of you. We hope your holiday has been everything that you hoped for.
You've given me the world with all your love, so I got you something special just because.
It's the most wonderful day of the year.
Basketball on Christmas,
where the stars shine just a little bit brighter. Everyone is in the giving spirit.
LeBron with the left hand, smash on Christmas Day.
Let me show you, you deserve it all. You deserve it all.
You might even see a Christmas miracle.
Hello, St. Nick.
Or two.
Irving spins, puts up the shot. It's good.
Time for one last present.
Put that in your stocking on Christmas morning.
You know you've been good all year. Come over here and let me show you, you deserve it all.
It's time for the Brooklyn Nets and the Los Angeles Lakers. NBA Christmas Day is presented by State Farm. Downtown Los Angeles, of course, it's a Christmas tradition. NBA action. Had some terrific games so far. This is the fourth game on today's 5-game schedule. And good evening, everyone. Along with Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy, Mike Breen on hand. Merry Christmas, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. And this matchup a fun one because it's two teams that have expectations of a possible championship. Long ways to go for that. Let's start with the Lakers, Mark. It's difficult to evaluate just how good they can be with the players being in and out of the lineup so much. But as you watch them now, what are you seeing from the Lakers?
I'm fine with evaluating them. Their energy, their efficiency, their effectiveness has been inconsistent. Because of that, they've been an inconsistent team. And more of a concern is defensively they've been inconsistent. But the one bright spot is LeBron James. Look at his numbers across the board. Awfully impressive, spectacular yet again. To be this great this late is something special.
Meanwhile, for the Brooklyn Nets, they've had disruptions to their lineup as well, but they've handled it pretty well. Best record in the Eastern Conference, and even though they don't have Kevin Durant today, James Harden is back.
Well, he was off over 2 weeks, but James Harden can bounce back. He had a slow start to the season, but since then, even though his field goal percentage is low, he's played much better. And the thing he figured out, Mike, was how to get back to the free throw line. Early, it frustrated him. Now, he's still getting to that line almost 10 times a game.
He led the NBA 6 consecutive years in free throws attempted. Meanwhile, our starting lineups today, as another tradition continues. Starting lineups brought to you by Taco Bell. And again, these teams have gone through quite a number of starting lineups. The Lakers, 18 different starting lineups. The Nets have James Harden, Patty Mills, who's been invaluable. Bruce Brown and DeAndre Bembry are back out of the protocol. Nick Claxton will start at center. Dwight Howard starting at center for the Lakers. Anthony Davis, of course, out and will be for several weeks. As Wayne Ellington, Russell Westbrook, Talen Horton-Tucker round out the starting 5 for the Lakers, who come in with a 4-game losing streak. And they've lost the last 2 by 28 and by 18, both here at home. Meanwhile, the Nets have not played since last week. They've had their previous 3 games postponed because they did not have enough to field a team. They've had so many players, 13 total in the health and safety protocols, as all these teams, the challenges of today. James, first shot, knocks it down.
If I never hear the word protocol again, I'll be fine.
Amen.
You have to come up with a different word for the rest of the telecast?
Please.
Westbrook on Harden, former teammates way back when in OKC. And of course, if you said the floater goes up and in. As Bruce Brown missed the last 3 games for the health and safety. Horton-Tucker, guarded by Claxton. Good ball denial from Patty Mills. Howard calling for the ball, and an offensive foul. There's some good defense from Claxton to draw the charge.
He is a gifted defender. He can guard pick and rolls. He can switch. Here, in a pickup ball situation, good job of squeezing up into his airspace, because if not, Howard was posted at the rim.
Why was Horton-Tucker surprised at the call?
Claxton drives, count it, and a foul. Claxton at both ends. Got hit, and a chance for a 3-point play.
You love his energy. He's just going to create offense off of setting screens and diving to the cup. It's that simple. Take two is the second play back-to-back where James Harden puts a teammate in position to score.
And Claxton down the other way as Howard commits the foul. This is only Claxton's 12th game of the season. He missed 17 games for a non-COVID illness. But as Jeff mentioned, got excellent defensive instincts. Beautiful pass from James. Horton Tucker got fouled by Bembry. And free throws for the Lakers as Bembry picks up the personal. Well, the Lakers overall a game under 500. And so much is talked about, guys, about their defense. And if you watch them, the defense isn't close to what the defense was last year, last couple of years. But you look at the defensive ratings, and their ratings are much better on the defensive end. They're 11th in the NBA defensive rating. Are the numbers, I mean, it doesn't make sense.
I've been around this game a long time, and there are times when numbers tell the story, and then there are times when numbers can lie. They're not a good defensive team.
Well, they do not have good personnel to be a good defensive team. Has nothing to do with chemistry. They're not a gifted defensive team.
Claxton, pass inside, nice feed, and there's a case in point as Bembry throws it down. The interesting thing, though, is they have numerous players who in their careers have been all NBA defensive players, most of them several years ago.
Their issues are offensive issues. They have a hard time shooting the ball from range to spread around LeBron James.
Westbrook gets inside, blocked by James Harden. Westbrook tried to save it, but lost it out of bounds. Some good defensive plays from Brooklyn, and that's one of the interesting things about Brooklyn. They come into this game number 5 in the NBA in defensive rating.
And they are improved, but as Steve Nash says, they're playing a lot more defensive-minded players right now, with Harden being out, with Irving being out the whole year, and now Durant, who was an excellent defender, actually.
We said Durant is playing some, at times, dynamic defense as the shot clock's down to 5. Harden looking for an opening, drives. Ball knocked out of his hands. Still 1.2 to shoot for Brooklyn. That's tied for the best road record in the NBA. They're 11-3 on the road, tied with Phoenix. Phoenix losing at home to Golden State. Claxton had to shoot it. James, quick outlet, but that's going to be negated by shot clock violation. So again, Brooklyn with a number of players out, 7 out in health and safety protocols. Joe Harris still out weeks away as James' jump shot misses. Harris out with that left ankle, having left ankle surgery. 5 to shoot. Claxton on James. Jab step spins, leans in. That's some excellent defense from Claxton. Running the floor is Patty Mills. Mills catches, fires, and connects. A three-pointer for Patty Mills. What a season he's having.
What a tough shot.
He is one of the few in the NBA that still moves really well without the ball and can shoot off the move.
And he really is a great addition to what they have. Explosive offensive weapons, and he's the one guy that does not need the basketball to be effective.
James, that looked pretty close to moving that pivot foot, but they count the bucket. All 5 starters have scored for Brooklyn to start, and they're off to a 5-point lead.
I thought that was a good no call.
Westbrook lobs it into Howard, and Howard couldn't quite catch it. Harden, the double team, finds Brown. Brown kicks it out in the corner. Bembry wide open. That's a 3. And the Nets have hit 6 of their first 7. David Fizdale, who's the head coach, because Frank Vogel's in health and safety protocols, calls timeout. Brooklyn up by 8. For DraftKings predictions, we're asking, will the Lakers win more than 44 games this season? Right now, the Lakers 16-17 overall, but trailing by 8 against a Brooklyn team that, again, hasn't played in a week. They played against Orlando 1 week ago today. Next 3 games are postponed. Certainly the ones here have fresh legs, but some of them were out over those 3-game spans. Westbrook flips it up, shot won't go. Ball knocked out of bounds. So during that last time out, I looked up synonyms for protocol, and you tell me, because I want to make you happy.
All right.
Which one will work best? How about health and safety pact, health and safety code, health and safety obligations, covenant?
I like covenant.
Covenant. Okay, that's what we'll go
That's
with.
a good word.
Nice feed inside. Howard had it blocked, goes back up, foul, got pushed by Harden, and he'll shoot free throws. That was a pretty pass from Horton Tucker.
Mike, I'm insulted. I went to St. John's University. You didn't ask for my opinion.
No, well, you didn't complain about him. He complained about the word.
He complains about everything. Then you wouldn't ask me anything during the course of a telecast.
He understands Nazareth College is an elite school.
We just want to keep him happy, Mark.
Okay.
As Howard knocks down the free throw again, Howard going to get a lot of time. Anthony Davis out with that left knee sprain. They're going to have 4 weeks of rehab, and then they'll reevaluate him again. He's an instrumental part of their defense. Davis is having a good season, but certainly not the dominant season they'll need from him if they have hopes of doing some dangerous things in the playoffs.
And if you look at the numbers, he's having a very good season, but the numbers don't tell the whole story.
Patty Mills knocks down another 3. Mills, who's 5th in the NBA in 3-point field goals, ball deflected out of bounds. The Nets are saying, no, we didn't touch it. Are they going to overturn it? Yep. Crew chief Kevin Cutler says nobody touched it, so Brooklyn will get it back. Well, Mills getting the start. You look at, when Mills signed with Brooklyn, they hailed the boy, this is a good signing. Then you had Kyrie Irving's decision not to get vaccinated, all the health and safety challenges, then the Harris injury. He's played such a huge role as Harden with a beautiful move.
Well, they're getting the switch they want, and there's no way Wayne Ellington is going to be able to contain James Harden one-on-one.
Westbrook, 3-pointer, comes up short, and a loose ball foul is going to go against Brooklyn. So the Lakers will take it out of bounds.
So on the previous play, they got a Mills 3. Now they switch it, and I don't know what a new term for blow-by is, but that was an absolute blow-by. But that's expecting too much from Wayne Ellington at this point in his career.
But I disagree. You got to do a better job competing across the board. And this is a blow-by. You're the starting 2 guard, and you allow a crossover. And I understand the greatness of James Harden, but individually and collectively, we got to do a better job of understanding the assignment.
Harden, little step back, sidestep, and misses badly that time. Harden did struggle early as the crowd delights in the air ball. We've been playing much better recently. As Westbrook drives, shot blocked by Claxton. That's 2 blocks already for Claxton.
Mike, I played my last year with this dude. You didn't let me off the hook and say, I'm asking you to do too much guarding that guy at this stage of your career. He gave me a stare down.
I was unreasonable, yes.
See, now you know why I asked him about the alternate words. Westbrook drives, and a foul on Claxton. Boy, a lot of pushing and shoving. Howard and Claxton going at it. Westbrook just a little shove to Claxton.
But Mike, that leads me to this. Congratulations to Mark on being nominated once again for the Basketball Hall of Fame. It's a tremendous honor.
Let's this time get it to the next level and get him elected to the Hall of Fame. And I was watching a YouTube video of his passing. One of the great passing point guards in the history of the game.
I'm going to say this. In transition, he had the best vision I've ever seen. And he, along with Magic, the best post-up game for any point guard. So congratulations.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Well, Ellington once again, and here we go, right on cue. How good is this from our producer, Tim Corrigan? Oh, man.
I'm telling you, in transition. Oh, stop.
Now it's ruined. The whole thing was a beautiful package. And then that's why we didn't like you when you played in Indiana.
Will you now say you understood why we hated you?
No.
When you played in Indiana?
No.
That was obnoxious.
No, that was enjoying the game. You know what's messed up? When I did it in blue and orange, you loved it. You high-fived me, hugged me.
Do you?
Meanwhile, Stanley Johnson, just signed yesterday, comes into the game as Malik Monk able to connect off of LeBron James. Nice pass So Johnson just signed yesterday. He comes out to guard Harden and does an excellent job on the first possession.
Well, he's a good defender. His trouble has been his inability to consistently make shots.
Bembry with another shot. Bembry now 8 points in 6 minutes. And a blocking foul is going to go against Brooklyn.
Didn't you see Stanley Johnson in high school? Oh, that was the
I did not.
the kid that was drafted with him.
But Stanley Johnson was built like that in high school, and then his 1 year at Arizona. I mean, he is a very good defender, and he's got toughness, and he's really a small ball 4. Is where he really fits in today's NBA if he's going to stick.
Last couple of years played with Toronto. He was a lottery pick for Detroit back in 2015. Upcoming national TV schedule, NBA TV Monday, Bulls and Hawks. And then the Nets will finish up this road trip against the Clippers. NBA TV Tuesday, Wizards and Heat down in Miami. And then Golden State will host Denver. Well, Johnson's still only 25. This is his 7th year in the league. He was born and raised in LA, played for Mater Dei High School, a long-time high school powerhouse, so he's back home.
And for him, unfortunately, he got signed with Chicago on a 10-day as Mills comes off the pin down and immediately got COVID.
Horton Tucker back to Malik Monk. Monk just cleared to play today. Nice feed inside. James Banks at home. And it's back to 8. Brooklyn's led by as many as 12 here in the first.
But you love the way they've increased the intensity. They're playing with a different level of intensity than they started this game.
And they took their center off the floor, so now LeBron and Carmelo are the biggest guys on the floor.
Harden draws the foul. Malik Monk not pleased with the call. Meanwhile, Blake Griffin has also come in for Brooklyn. And Harden will go to the free throw line.
Malik Monk upset, felt like there was no foul.
He tried to pull that arm back.
Looked like a foul to me.
So as Chip mentioned, he's now getting back to the free throw line. Like he did, misses that first, but he's 5th in the league in free throws made an attempt per game. As we said, he led the league 6 consecutive years in that department. But he hadn't played since December the 10th. He went into the health and safety covenant. Missed 3 games, and then for the Nets, in some ways fortunate, they had 3 games postponed because he would have missed more than 3 games.
And there's people saying, well, he's not having a great year. Just think about his numbers. 20 points, 9 assists, and 7 rebounds. Almost 8 rebounds.
But you have to admit, his shooting numbers are way down.
Carmelo Anthony called for a travel. That's 5 now turnovers for the Lakers. David Fizdale, of course, was a head coach in Memphis, head coach in New York with the Knicks. Now Frank Vogel's assistant. I want to wish Frank Vogel the best. The ball knocked out of bounds off James Johnson. More on that. Also want to wish our Lisa Salters the best. She was scheduled to be here with us. Thinking about you, Lisa?
Absolutely.
Lisa's feeling better last couple of days as another foul as James brings it up. Fairly physical start to this one. And then the penalty, so James will go to the free throw line. James Johnson with his first foul.
And Coach, I can remember playing for you, and we'd watch film the next day, and you had to convince us, and the film didn't lie. We had to play harder. We were fooling ourselves like we thought we were playing hard, then the evidence showed that we wasn't. I think that's where the Lakers have to get to. It's not about being healthy. It's not about anything else other than the first assignment for them is to be the hardest working team on the floor. And I think good stuff will follow that.
Well, if you do that, you give yourself a chance to maximize whatever talent you do have. That doesn't mean you're going to win it or win it all or make a deep run, but at least you can maximize your talents.
Javon Carter back out. Stanley Johnson on Harden, 3 to shoot. Harden gets past him, drives into LeBron James, and somehow gets it to go. There was some contact as James hits a tough shot. Oh, Harden, that is. Harden now with 6 points. James hesitated on a 3. Blake Griffin guarding him. Monk, long distance, well short. Harden drives right at Horton Tucker. Bank shot, no good. Fight for the rebound, Stanley Johnson. Stanley Johnson, very active here in his first minutes as a Laker. Horton Tucker. And a timeout call. That shot wouldn't count. It's Griffin with a smile. A couple of former Pistons. Timeout Lakers.
James Harden so gifted on the offensive end. Isolation. You can make the case as an N1, but doesn't get the call, but gets the basket. Explosive offensive force.
NBA All-Star voting presented by Tissot is open. Your vote counts twice today. Vote now at NBA.com, the NBA app, or on Twitter using hashtag NBA All-Star. You decide who gets to shine. Fan vote counts for 50%, players 25%, the media 25%. As Westbrook backs in against Brown, pass deflected by James Johnson. Nice feed inside. Stanley Johnson gets it a go, and another good feed from Horton Tucker. Lakers, though, only shooting 33% from the field, but they've hit all 8 of their free throws. Meanwhile, Brooklyn, 62%, including 4 threes. Good defense again from Stanley Johnson. Javon Carter's going to have to put it up, backs up, fires away, and hits as the shot clock expires. A 2-pointer. Boy, you talk about small ball. Russell Westbrook. My, how the game's changed.
And the reason why it's changed, because teams don't make you pay the price for playing small.
Oh, Harden makes him pay the price there. Drives, is fouled. Chance for a 3-point play. 8 points now for Harden.
And you can make them pay the price by posting up, but also by putting your head down and making a play in the paint. With no shot block on the floor. James Harden having his way.
And Bruce Brown did a really good job there as the screen setter. He slipped out early, which gave Harden the direct line drive.
Stanley Johnson with his first foul. Harden missed his first 2 free throws. Meanwhile, Darren Collison has come into the game for the Lakers. Another player signed yesterday. Collison, a terrific NBA career, has been retired for the past 2 years. And just signed yesterday. He is so excited to be back. First shot in 2 years, off the mark. Harden the rebound. Harden drives, banks it home. An aggressive James Harden now with 9 points.
If you're the Lakers defensively, you got to find a way to force him to be a passer. He's a proven scorer. Make the other guys shoot. Especially
the other guys that are on the floor. There's no range shooting out there.
Carmelo Anthony inside. Malik Monk stripped down low. And we'll have a held ball.
Well, good job by Harden attacking before the defense can get set. He had Stanley Johnson backpedaling. Takes it right to his chest. Knows there's no shot blocking. And a nice finish.
5 on the shot clock, so if the Lakers win this jump, that's how much they have to shoot. Collison and Carter.
If Carter gets out jumped by a guy who's been retired for 2 years, you're banished the rest of the game.
No banishment. Mills, meanwhile, on the break, drives. Oh, a nice heads-up play from Mills. Kind of took his time, saw where the 2 defenders were. And Mills 8 points.
And paid attention to where the trailing LeBron James was coming from also.
Meanwhile, Stanley Johnson knocks down the 3. So Johnson in 5 minutes has 7 points, couple of good defensive stands. First game in the NBA this season for Stanley Johnson.
But Mike, he has some that was air ball by James Johnson. Stanley Johnson has energy and intensity, and this is sorely needed by the Lakers.
Boy, what a whirling dervish move there from Russell Westbrook. He was 0 for 5, and that brings it back within 10. Patty Mills looking, deflected out of bounds.
But I will say this, when you think about the good news during this pandemic, there's going to be a lot of guys that's going to have opportunities to get back into this league and stay in this league. Deservedly so. I'm happy to see those guys get an opportunity.
No question, Mark. It's been fun to watch, guys. Stanley Johnson commits the second foul. Patty Mills, crafty as ever. Three-point opportunity for him.
Patty Mills has been so rock solid for these Nets team. Drives it, gets back in Johnson's path, initiates the contact, and gets the three-point play opportunity. Really good individual offensive move by Patty Mills.
He's been the unsung hero. He's played all 30 games, and you see now in the 30 minutes per game, it's about 4 minutes more than his career high. Been coming off the bench and obviously now starting with guys in and out of the lineup. He's got the second best three-point percentage on the road in the NBA this year. All deflected out of bounds. Desmond Bane, a terrific young player with Memphis, is #1 in that department.
Well, Patty Mills has been very good everywhere he's gone. And I'm also including how special he is in international basketball.
He was great for Australia this summer.
Minute remaining. Kickball, so shot clock back up to 14. Brooklyn with 36 points here in the first quarter, shooting 68% from the field, only have 1 turnover. Harden leading the way. 9 points, 3 assists, and Mills has 11. James Monk not expecting it, and a backcourt violation. Turnover number 7 for the Lakers. They've got as many turnovers as field goals.
That's been a huge problem with them all year, Mike. Their turnover issues, not a great shooting team, don't shoot it well from the free throw line. They have a number of things that I think have to be corrected from a roster standpoint.
Turnovers 28th in the league as Patty Mills floats it up and in. Mills now 5 of 6 from the field, 13 points. Collison, he's got to have the adrenaline flowing to be back on an NBA court. LeBron James 3 won't go. Westbrook tried to keep it alive. Bembry lost it. It's Mills, Bembry, Javon Carter, James Johnson, and Blake Griffin for the Nets. Mills falls down. Collison knocked it away, but right to Blake Griffin. 5 on the 24. Carter's going to have to get it off. Contested shot. Misses. James the rebound. 5 seconds remaining. Westbrook has time. Westbrook 2 seconds. Back out Monk. Monk at the buzzer. And that will end the first. A terrific first quarter for Brooklyn. 16 of 24 from the field, led by James Harden and Patty Mills. Welcome back to tonight's coaches interview, brought to you by Levi's, as Brooklyn leads 38-23 with Steve Nash. Steve, impressive first quarter. What did you like the most?
I was impressed. You know, after a week off, these guys didn't look as sharp yesterday in practice, so I'm proud of them for kind of finding it today. And you know, defensively, I thought we were solid. You know, very few mistakes. Got back in transition, and I thought did a good job subsequently.
You know, we talked before the game about Patty Mills and what he's done. Can you again just say the importance he's had for your team?
I mean, his spirit is unbelievable. You know, his motives and the way he approaches the game are so pure. You know, we know what he can do on the court. You know, his intelligence, his experience, his shot making. But, you know, the spirit that he's brought to our locker room and our group has been incredible.
Thank you, Steve.
You got it. Thanks, man.
No, right on cue. Patty Mills draws the foul. He'll go to the free throw line. Steve Nash was saying before the game how practice was a little interesting in kind of an ugly way yesterday. And NBA players so used to routine and habits, to not play in the middle of the season when it's nothing like the All-Star break is odd for a team to go that long, Mark.
It's just different. There's no other way to explain it. I've been there before where you're off the court and then all of a sudden you're back at practice. The basketball doesn't feel the same way. The rhythm, the groove, takes time to get it back.
And that's what makes what Harden did in that first quarter so impressive. You know, 15 days off and he just comes and he shreds them.
James posting up, double teamed, and just muscles his way up and banks it in. He felt he was fouled as well. He's looking at Kevin Cutler as they go up the floor. Kevin Cutler, the crew chief in today's officiating staff.
think with this lineup on the floor, if you're LeBron James, you got to be a little bit more aggressive, especially in transition.
Mills misses. Claxton tips it, keeps it alive for Carter, who then throws it away. Carmelo Anthony. Little stutter dribble, kicks it out in the corner. Monk gets a good look. That one goes down from Malik Monk. See Paul Millsap in there. Millsap has also returned to the lineup. Drives, so a height disadvantage. Claxton keeping it alive, but couldn't get it to fall. And Westbrook grabs a rebound. Always on the attack. Westbrook flips it up and in. His second field goal. And a 17-point lead quickly cut to 10.
Playing with pace. A team that struggles running half-court offense, push the basketball, and get offense off their transition.
Mills off the mark. James fires a pass to Anthony. Nice feed to Monk. Boy, what a beautiful fast break there. Two terrific passes, and it forces Brooklyn to call a timeout. Little shades of Wes Unseld on the outlet pass, Mark.
Don't do that, Mike. Don't do that. The great Wes Unseld, but an outstanding feed from LeBron James. Rebound, aware, gets it ahead, the touch pass from Carmelo to Monk. That's outstanding basketball, but it starts with getting stops and then pushing.
Brooklyn up by 8, 2 minutes gone by here in the second. Claxton to Mills.
Great job jumping out on Mills by Carmelo Anthony.
Westbrook with the steal, took it away, and then Bembry fouls him. Bembry thought he was fouled. That's going to be 3 fouls on Bembry, again just returning after missing the previous 3 games and the 3 postponed ones.
Well, that's great individual defense by Westbrook, but it's good overall awareness by the Lakers in that Patty Mills with this group is the only one that's an offensive go-to type of guy. And so jump out, make him play as a passer.
Bruce Brown comes in. Bembry sits down with the 3 fouls. Westbrook poked away and stolen by Brown. And then Westbrook fouls him. So you talked about earlier about the improved defense of these Brooklyn Nets. And you mentioned how Steve Nash talked about they've got more defensive-minded guys. Some of the role players, Patty Mills a good defender. Bembry is. James Johnson, Javon Carter, Bruce Brown, Claxton, and of course, you know, one of their stars, Kevin Durant. They play hard defensively. Millsap to Mills. 6 on the 24. Claxton sets the screen. Mills kicks it out. Claxton picks it up. And they're going to say a 24-second violation. They reset the shot clock after the Lakers touched it, but it appeared the Lakers never were able to get possession. So it is a 24-second violation. Maybe Fizdale putting Stanley Johnson back in.
I like Carmelo Anthony's defensive intensity here in the last couple possessions. You need someone who will talk and who will get out and try to contain pick and roll action.
And that's something he did in Portland. He'll never be a lockdown defender, but he had game plan discipline and he competed and had a voice.
Carter, a good defender, pressuring Horton Tucker. James against Millsap. Millsap, another veteran, good player taking a roll. Jump shot, got it. 11 straight points now by the Lakers after trailing by 17. It's now a 6-point game.
I like that little half post-up, half isolation where he turns, faces him, and can either take that shot or put his head down and make a play.
Good hands from Anthony, deflected out of bounds. Still Brooklyn ball.
This is a tough task for Paul Millsap to defend LeBron in this situation with no help. At his mercy, knocks down the shot. And that's when you know as a defender I might be in trouble because I have no answer for that shot.
Well, I think he wants the jump shot, particularly against bigs. I think you got to crowd him and make him drive it into the traffic.
Harden back in. Horton Tucker up into him. 7 on the 24. Harden gets inside. Nice fake shot. No good, but a foul. more free throws for James Harden. Horton Tucker picks up his second.
That's good footwork by Harden. Nice step through.
Overall 11 points, 3 assists for Harden. NBA Wednesday presented by State Farm returns January 5th on ESPN. Warriors and Mavericks, Jazz and Nuggets. Coverage begins with NBA Countdown at 7 Eastern. Nets right now are the favorites to win the NBA title. Lakers are one of the favorites to start of the season, but they have had all sorts of challenges and difficulties as Horton Tucker is tripped up. Of course, Kevin Durant, as we mentioned, is out, still in the health and safety covenant.
Obligation.
Should I mix it up? Maybe that'd be a better thing. Mix up different word every time.
You're going to irritate him no matter what, Mike.
Yeah. I'm the only guy irritated on Christmas. You know how Lance Stevens was born ready? I was born irritated.
Why did you just change his name?
Well, it's Stevens?
Stevenson.
Stevenson. Born ready. Brooklyn's finest.
Not finest.
Johnson. Not that time. Rebound, Millsap. Nets look to push.
You're such a hater, man.
Mills and Harden play catch. Of course, Kyrie Irving perhaps soon to return. They still have to, as they like to say now, ramp up before he returns. Nice feed inside. Brown, he's got that floater down beautifully.
I'll tell you what else. James Harden's got the masterful decision making down beautifully, whether it's being a scorer or getting rid of the basketball when you double team.
Horton Tucker gets it inside, poked away by James Harden. Harden stolen by Horton Tucker. One man to beat. Goes up, lays it in off the glass. Talen Horton Tucker with some excellent defense.
Great job not being frustrated, putting your head down off of making a mistake, but continuing to battle and compete.
Nets had only 1 turnover in the first. They've turned it over 4 times already here in the second. Harden, three-pointer. Got it. 16 points already for James Harden. Lead back up to 11. And a blocking foul's called on Patty Mills. That'll be his second, team's third.
This is just talent. Body to body, Stanley Johnson. They switch it late. Cushioned by James. And Harden just knocks it in.
Good wrestling match with these two stars. And of course, Lakers desperate for a win right now. They've lost 4 in a row, including 2 straight here at home. Langston Galloway, another one of the recent signees for Brooklyn. Just his 3rd game with the Nets. A lot of players, as Mark mentioned, getting that 10-day opportunity, the hardship exemption contract. Horton Tucker, shot won't go. Rebound, Anthony. Johnson saves it beautifully to Collison. 7 on the shot clock. Anthony against Millsap. Corner 3. Galloway right away. Can't connect. Monk will push. Monk. Anthony, offensive rebound, and got hit. Well, the veteran Carmelo Anthony to shoot with the Lakers down by 11. Brown picking up the personal, his first.
But you talked about it, Coach. If you're the Lakers defensively right now, a couple of minutes ago was Patty Mills on the floor that you had to be concerned about. Right now is James Harden. I say shrink the floor and force somebody else to take shots, but I'm not going to allow James Harden to play one-on-one.
First miss at the line for the Lakers. It hit their first 8. But here you look at the Lakers, they're playing 2 guys in the game trying to snap this losing streak on Christmas Day, 2 guys who they signed yesterday. But that is right now life in the NBA for a lot of teams.
I mean, but they have guys that have been with them. You know, Rondo's been with them, DeAndre Jordan. Isaiah Thomas has been there for a few.
It's interesting, though, that they give these guys the time.
Well, I think what it says is we're not happy with our roster. We got to try to find some energy and some passion to complement what we already have.
Anthony one-on-one with Brown. Brown fighting with him. Anthony off 1 foot. Shot won't go. Rebound. Harden tips it to himself. Harden with 4 boards as well. Drives hard. Nice defense there from Malik Monk to knock it out of bounds.
Good job. I've seen this movie before where you allow James Harden to get to the line and clearly a missed call. That's contact. I thought it was good defense, but that's clearly a foul.
Collison sits down. Westbrook back in. Five on the shot clock. Hard step back three-pointer. Rebound, Malik Monk. Baseball pass, Horton Tucker goes right at James Johnson. And Johnson with some good defense, although Horton Tucker is upset. Brown drives in, scoop layup is good. 6 points for Bruce Brown. Brooklyn back up a dozen. 5 to play here in the second. Monk drives, Monk finishes, and Monk is fouled. Impressive, aggressive move from Malik Monk and a chance for a three-point play.
Got an isolation against Langston Galloway and just blows by him. Takes a little bump and a nice left-hand finish by Monk.
Monk, another player, just cleared. Missed the last 5 games. He hasn't played since December the 12th. But off the bench, 9 points. Laker bench. Monk, Stanley Johnson have done a nice job.
And Avery Bradley was cleared, but is not suited up today. But on the bench.
Blake Griffin inside. James Johnson gathers and finishes.
Blake Griffin has always been so good at passing the basketball, and that time another example.
Russell Westbrook races down, too strong.
Blake Griffin's problems this year have just centered around his shot making, but as you said, passing, tries hard on defense.
As Brown gets a nice feed from Harden, is fouled. So more free throws for Brooklyn. Horton Tucker picks up his 3rd. Well, this is LeBron James' 15th consecutive Christmas Day game. Could become the all-time leading scorer. When you play a lot of games, you got a chance to be the all-time leading scorer on Christmas.
You said could be. He needs 2 points, right?
Yeah, Brooklyn's done a nice job defensively.
If you pass Kobe in anything, you've done good.
Absolutely.
Nets back up 13. James goes backdoor inside, backs it home.
I like how they're using LeBron James as a screener and a roller. He is so difficult to handle rolling to the rim.
Now he's tied Kobe as Blake Griffin misses that one. James spins, kicks it out. Westbrook right back into James. And on to the free throw line where he's overall 12 points.
Well, they switched the pick and roll, and then James just discards Bruce Brown, and an easy layup off a nice pass by Westbrook.
LeBron James will turn 37 years old this coming Thursday. And when you think about it, 37, 19th year in the league. As now he is the all-time leading scorer on Christmas. And the numbers he's putting up, and I say 19th year, you add it another couple of years of all the playoff games. The numbers he's putting up right now, this last 12, 13 game surge, it's extraordinary.
His whole career has been extraordinary. The way his sustained greatness, I'm sure there are some things as Stanley Johnson runs to the other end. This is called for a foul.
That's going to be the 15th foul. Boy, that's good hands. With some contact.
The left arm around the waist made it tough.
Yeah.
You guys got to stop.
You know what I like?
That was a terrible inbound pass, a terrible steal, and a good steal.
I'm with you. I played 17 years with a guy's arm around my waist.
And in the penalty with 3:51 remaining.
I could see you in the park complaining. If you was James Harden, you would say that's a foul.
I would have taken the ball and gone home if I was Stanley Johnson.
You got that in your game?
No.
No, I mean taking the ball.
Oh yeah, definitely. I was probably down 10-1 at the time. They are really posting James a lot.
Oh, gorgeous pass. Westbrook rifled it to LeBron James.
And that's what the greats can do. They can play in any style. He can handle, but he can also be a screener and a post-up player.
Griffin flips it up. It's almost a pass to himself. Harden with the offensive rebound, and that's a goaltend.
I mean, this is great post basketball. Look at this seal against the front. And again, Westbrook puts it right on the money. Look at James directing it, moves the defender up the lane. I mean, that is beautiful low post work before the ball comes in.
Well, that's what David Fizdale was talking about James before. Fizdale, of course, was an assistant coach when LeBron James won those titles in Miami, and he says his ability to adapt as he gets older as Westbrook drives, block, but a foul. Year after year, he evolves with the game. He says he has mastered positionless basketball because he can go from one position to another and excel regardless.
It's just incredible when you look at the amount of miles that you talked about on his body and still getting it done this late in his career.
Westbrook hits Brown, picks up his second foul there. That's minutes played, including the postseason.
Wow.
Look at Kareem, and of course another great Hall of Famer, Karl Malone. Those guys are out there night after night playing big minutes. Harden to Griffin, back out Brown, wide open for three. James another rebound, his fifth.
But again, forcing James Harden to give it to the basketball and living with somebody else shooting a jumper.
Westbrook against Galloway. James gets into the paint, stripped by Griffin, and a blocking foul is going to be called. Griffin a little frustrated. We'll take a timeout with 2:41 remaining. First half from LA. Time for tonight's King of the Court, brought to you by Burger King.
Let's get it. Come on, bro. What's up, bro? Merry Christmas. Hold on, look for me, buddy. Patty Mills. Patty Mills. Be in the paint. Help everywhere. Everywhere. Be careful, man. Blake. Blake. You get Stanley. No threes. No threes, James. Hey. Hey. That's nice.
Thanks for James Harden wearing a mic. You know, he's got such a soft-spoken demeanor about him. You can see him out there actively talking. And with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving comes back and plays. You know, we saw this last year. He became more of a distributor than a scorer, and he is just a masterful point guard in terms of getting guys involved.
A tremendous decision maker. And you can trust him with the ball in his hands. I think it's about staying healthy and being in the best possible shape. And you can see why they're the favorite.
Misses that one, however. James gets out of the pack. Fires a pass. Westbrook missed a layup. Rebound Brown. Brown back to Harden. Pass inside, goes to James Johnson. Left-handed, banks it in.
When you miss a layup in transition, most often you give one up at the other end. So it's a two-time hit. Your own missed opportunity and the one you normally give up at the other end.
Fans are getting on Westbrook a little bit for not getting back right away after the missed shot. Monk kicks it back out, deflected. Stanley Johnson, shot clock at 3. And a foul with 2.5. It's going to go against Patty Mills, who was trying to deny Carmelo Anthony in the post. Both teams in the penalty. We've got the Mountain Dew halftime with Mike Perk, Michael Wilbon, and Jalen. Some terrific performances. Steph Curry, Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's the 4th of the Christmas Day games.
How about the job that countdown crew is doing in the studio? Long days, but getting it done and looking sharp at the same time.
How long have they been there? I think they came in at 10 Eastern.
I think they started rehearsal last night about 9. Carmelo Anthony connects. Darren Collison back in. Again, Lakers playing a couple of guys they just signed yesterday, playing in big minutes here in the first half. Harden pass, and it was kicked.
I just don't think that's a violation.
Well, I could not agree more.
So tired of this call being automatic, where a guy's throwing a pocket pass, he throws it off the leg. First of all, I think kicking should be illegal. I don't understand why it's a rule, but this is not the intent of it. Well, maybe it is.
That's the kickball.
I stand corrected. You know what? I think I would be a great official, but obviously not. What an idiot I am.
Harden, step back 3, misses. Collison looking to push.
But I still think that play should be legal.
Monk on the drive. Westbrook goes inside. This time finishes the layup. And the Lakers back within 6. They've trailed by as many as 17. Harden to Brown. Brown again inside, misses that floater. Rebound, nearly stolen by Brown. Collison throws it ahead. James with the finish and the foul. Darren Collison, his first game in 2 years. Nice advance pass to set up James.
Well, good fight for the ball. Collison looked at James early, kept it, found him later. And a nice finish by James.
If I'm David Fizdale and the Lakers staff, I would really consider starting small coming out in the 3rd quarter. They're a different basketball team. And a clear indication in this first half of when they begin to take over this game or get back into it.
A 17-point deficit has been cut to 3. Final minute, first half. Harden to Brown. Brown kicks it out. Patty Mills knocks down another 3. And the foul. Mills now 18 first half points.
And again, James Harden getting rid of the basketball, puts Brown in position to make the decision, finds a wide open Patty Mills, gets the hoop and the contact. Darren Collison closes out, clearly contact. Patty Mills going to the line for a 4-point play.
And James Harden doesn't get an assist on that, but it's all set up by his greatness.
Brooklyn back up by 7. Mills and Harden have 39 of their 63. Westbrook goes right at Harden. Anthony catches, 3-pointer, puts it in.
Good job by Russell Westbrook making the simple play. You don't have anything, get rid of the basketball.
Westbrook has 7 assists. Harden knocks down the 3 and the foul. Darren Collison upset as Harden with a chance for a 4-point play.
This must be a record. For a retired player coming back after 2 years to foul 2 consecutive possessions and give up 4-point plays.
Collison picking up his 3rd personal. Yeah, he's in the landing area, there's no doubt.
Think about it, the rules changed since the last time he's played.
It might be.
Might be, it has.
When was running into a shooter allowed?
Well, that's the play they call all the time right now to help protect the players from those types of injuries. As Brooklyn's lead is 7. About a 3-second difference, shot clock and game clock. James backdoor layup, missed it, and a foul. Another terrific pass for Russell Westbrook. James just couldn't finish it, but he'll get to the line. 3 fouls on Bruce Brown.
Doing a very good job moving without the basketball. We've seen before where he'd stand and just give you a target. Instead, direct line cut to the hoop. Westbrook with another tremendous feed. And LeBron keeping the pressure on this Nets defense.
And if you're James Johnson there, you've got to give him one way to go. Right there, he could have come off the pin down or he could have back cut. You've got to make sure he's going where you want him to go versus let him going anywhere he wants to go.
Which is away from the hoop.
Westbrook the rebound. They can hold it for the final shot. No fouls to give. Westbrook drives at Patty Mills and a blocking foul. Mills got there a little bit too late. And now Russell Westbrook will shoot 2.
And that's
4 on Patty Mills.
Right, and 3 were off the dribble drive, and he was put in to, as you see the block right there, he was put in as Steve Nash is going to challenge it. But I think he's going to lose this one.
I agree. I think he's going to lose it also.
But this is critical.
An early challenge. Again, it's critical because it would be Patty Mills' 4th. Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Drive always discovers possibility. Goodyear, more driven. Welcome back to LA at the Crypto.com Arena. This rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
We're back at the crypt.
Don't do that.
But that's an easy one. That's a block.
Yep, challenge unsuccessful. Lakers have been to the free throw line 22 times. This will be 23 and 24. And more importantly for Brooklyn, Patty Mills has had a terrific first half, has now 4 fouls.
And what happened there, Mike, was Steve Nash, when James went to the free throw line, put him back in. 3 fouls last possession, but then they give up the free throw rebound. And then Mills also has to be intelligent enough to know his value to not put himself in harm's way there, even if that leads to Westbrook getting a layup.
Westbrook hits a pair. 3.7 remaining. Lakers don't have a foul to give. Carter heaves it from half court. Oh, not a bad attempt, but off the mark. James Harden, 23 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. LeBron James first half, 22 points and 7 rebounds. The 2 stars shining here on Christmas Day. Lakers trying to get back in the win column, but James Harden and Brooklyn haven't played in a week. They were sharp in that first quarter. Meanwhile, Lakers trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. James once again attacking the rim. Halftime on Christmas Day, 66-62 Nets. Welcome back, NBA Christmas Day, presented by State Farm.
Merry Christmas. What's up, baby? Merry Christmas. Let's go. We got this one, baby. We got this one tonight. Move it, move it, move it. It's Christmas. Good job, Melly. That's me, that's me, that's me. Good job. Hey, hey, let's get some stops right here. 2 stops in a row right here, close the half.
Welcome back to LA. The area called the Grove on a beautiful night. The holiday festivities continue, including here with the Lakers and the Nets. Dwight Howard certainly in the holiday spirit. Hello again, everyone, with Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy, Mike Green on, and Merry Christmas once again, everybody. First half, we saw Brooklyn score 38 in the first quarter. Lakers scored 39 in the second quarter. Wasn't always pretty, but they're getting after each other pretty good.
Well, I really like the way the Lakers made the proper adjustment and increased the volume on the defensive end. Good things occurred.
Yeah, and I like, as Mark mentioned before, playing small. They're going to start small here in the second half. I think give Westbrook and James their best opportunity to dominate.
Both coaches are going with different lineups, using some players who just came out of the health and safety covenants. If you're just tuning in, we're not allowed to use the other word in respect to our partner Jeff Van Gundy. Harden shot won't go. Rebound Westbrook. Quick rebound, quick push. Nets do a good job getting back though. Anthony, extra pass. Ellington, little ball fake. Hits the three. It's only the fourth three-pointer for the Lakers, but it pulls them within one in a game they trail by as many as 17.
Good unselfish play by Carmelo Anthony, finding Ellington the extra pass.
He's had one basket, and he's been great tonight, Carmelo Anthony has.
Bembry misses. Rebound deflected out to Westbrook. Back to Anthony, steps into a three. It's good, and the Lakers regain the lead. They scored the first 2 points of the game to take their only lead. Brooklyn went up 17, and now it's 68-66 LA.
But think about the advantage. Now you're asking Claxton, who's used to running to the paint, to protect the three-point line. He's defending Carmelo Anthony.
Harden took a shot and then got knocked down.
Well, in transition, Westbrook slows up, finds Anthony, and knocks it in. And then the play before, excellent touch pass by Anthony, and Ellington shot fakes, slides one dribble, and knocks in a three.
Harden now at 24 overall. You know, he's done all the individual things in terms of scoring titles, three-point marks. I mean, all that stretch of 4 or 5 years with Houston. And the one thing he hasn't done, besides being an all-star, all-NBA, making all those things, hasn't won a championship. And he seems like that's his only goal now. You get the feeling he doesn't care if he scores 30 anymore, just as long as he does what's needed on that particular night, Mark.
Well, he knows he's a great player, and I think he doesn't put pressure on himself to compile those incredible numbers during the course of the regular season and then have nothing to show for it when it matters most. So he's embracing the idea of winning it all and playing a role to its best possible form for this Nets team.
He's been an MVP. He's been All-NBA first team 4 times, 9-time All-Star. So all the individual stuff you check off.
But I'm sorry to interrupt, Mike, but Coach can attest to it. Some guys, you can be great and not win a championship. It's just you just lose to better teams with loaded guys.
There's no question. That's why it's more about how you go about it. And when you have Kevin Durant on a team and his greatness, even as great as Harden is, as Anthony makes a turnaround over Mills, even as great as Harden is, he knows his role is to help Durant and make Durant accentuate all of his greatness as a scorer. I mean, that's how great Durant is. He just separates himself.
Ellington off the bounce. Nobody came to guard him. I think that caught him by surprise. Misses the shot. We're all tied at 70. Harden sees an opening. Drives, layup, shot. Oh, gets a little English on it to go down. 27 points in 21 minutes for James Harden. LeBron James comes up short on the three. They wrestle. And a hell ball.
And to me, this is the one mistake Carmelo has made. You raved about him, but this is poor pick and roll defense. Allows James Harden to get to that left hand, direct line drive and layup. You got to do a better job of offering some resistance in that pick and roll action.
Westbrook wins the tip. Anthony. Westbrook another rebound. Goes back up, layup, no good, but a foul. And as Harden will pick up his second.
I really like some of the things I'm seeing from Russell Westbrook. Competing at a high level, giving extra possessions with his offensive rebounding. The one thing I like to see him get better at when he was absolutely elite was the ability to knock down that mid-range jump shot. I'm not asking for the three-point line, but he has to be able to knock down that mid-range jump shot.
After a slow start from the field. He's been much better. Last 15 games, 50% from the field as he hits that first. Friday, New Year's Eve, college football playoff semifinals on ESPN. Starts at 3:30 Eastern. The Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic. #1 Alabama versus #4 Cincinnati. Then the Capital One Orange Bowl. 2nd-ranked Michigan against 3rd-ranked Georgia. Winners advance to the national championship game. That's also going to be on ESPN Monday, January 10th in Indianapolis.
Are you going to pick a winner or are you just going to sit and chill?
Go Dogs, baby. Georgia, it's their time.
James Harden, his time as he knocks down the three-pointer. 30 points for Harden, and we're not even 3 minutes into the third.
We'll give you credit. You're consistent. Whoever you have ties to, you are true and loyal.
LeBron James looks to answer. Can't get it. Claxton with a rebound. Brooklyn back up by 3. Harden's pass finds its way to Brown. Got deflected a couple of times. Finally a turnover. Here's James racing ahead. Bembry pokes it away. Harden drives on Horton Tucker, and they say the shot won't count before the shot attempt. And that's Horton Tucker's 4th foul.
James Harden gives up the basketball, patient, comes off, you're on your heels. He is tough to defend. And especially in this type of action where he's not dribbling the basketball 100 times, he's trusting his teammates and allowing the play to develop.
Patty Mills had a terrific first half. Finds it inside to Bembry. Mills off the bounce. Bembry flips it up. Barely had it in his hand and able to knock it down. Bembry's got 10 points. James up and under, banks it home. 24 for LeBron James. Harden floats it up. Brown comes down, goes back up and lays it in. Boy, Bruce Brown has become such a valuable member of Brooklyn last year and this year again.
And he understands he's playing around greatness. And he's putting the pressure on those guys to make the play and keeping it simple.
Shot clock at 7. Ellington back to James. James kicks it out, deflected out of bounds. 4.2 to shoot.
We've seen guys coach in Brown's position be like, I need my touches. No, you don't. You get your touches off of the special talent and the double teams.
Or resist being a role guy as a perimeter player.
James steps back, corner jumper, short. Westbrook wrestles it away and then blocked by Harden. Westbrook's second effort. Russell Westbrook now 11 points, 8 rebounds, make that 13 points and 10 assists. Started slowly shooting. He is fired up right now, which you can say pretty much every game.
Well, we talk about it. Be the hardest guy working on the floor. And he has outworked the guys opposite of him the entire night.
Just a ferocious rebounder. Mills rushed it. Ellington comes out of the pack. Pace is picked up here in the third. Westbrook left open. Can't get that to go. The three-point percentage from Westbrook this year at 31%. Harden makes his move. Slips it inside to Brown. Extra pass. Patty Mills gets a good look. Nails the 3. 4 more three-pointers for Mills.
But if you're Ellington right there, you're not rotating to Bembry. You're stunning at Bembry and making Bembry shoot the ball, not rotating to him and letting him touch it to Mills for the wide open 3.
Everything else was picture perfect defensively. You force him to get rid of the basketball. If you're Ellington, stay at home on Mills.
It's time for Style Watch, brought to you by Google Pixel. Final game of our Christmas Day schedule on ESPN. Donovan Mitchell and the Jazz hosting the Dallas Mavericks. For more NBA Christmas Day content made by the Google Pixel, check out ESPN's Instagram. Claxton guarding Carmelo Anthony. Ellington finds some room. Claxton contests beautifully. Brown the rebound.
That's outstanding defense by Claxton.
Harden against Stanley Johnson. Johnson's trying to make him work. Did some good things in the first half in his first game as a Laker. Shot clock at 8. Whole possession so far has been Harden. Drives, now finds Brown. Brown floats it up. That won't go. Rebound tipped and taken by Harden. Bembry, corner 3. That's good. A 10th three-pointer of the game for Brooklyn, and they're back up by 9.
You give up extra possessions by allowing teams to crash the offensive board. There's a price to pay.
Overall, Lakers plus 10 on the boards. Anthony can't get it to fall. Ball batted around, and Claxton runs it down. Let's have a number of really good energy guys. Just play hard. Claxton, one of them. Harden using the screen. Floats it up. Anthony pokes it away, and then a foul on Claxton. Malik Monk and Taylor Horton Tucker will come in for LA as Harden picks up his 3rd. 2 team fouls now on Brooklyn. And again, Lakers looking to snap a 4-game losing streak, get back to the 500 mark. Westbrook sits down. Monk floats it into James. James backs it home.
Just so good as a roll man to the rim. The hands, the power, and the feel for, is there a rotation there? I have to make the next play, or do I go and score?
Brown gets inside. James with the defense, but a foul. Is this the most you've seen James cut off the ball as much as, I mean, it's a lot. It's all game long.
In a long time. And it seems like it's part of the plan. And they're putting him in position to go towards the hoop. It puts so much pressure on the opposition, whether it's a post or whether it's moving without the basketball. And this time as a diver off the screen, that rotation stands no chance.
And if you're Claxton as the rotator there, you've got to get there early. You know that's where they're going to go with it. They want James on the roll. Claxton late and gets buried in the restricted area.
James with his first foul. Brown now 13 points, 3 assists, 3 boards. Former 2nd-round pick at his college ball at Miami. One of 11 kids from the Boston area. James to Monk. Monk fires away. 3-pointer in and out. James Johnson the rebound. Harden dancing, steps back, 3-pointer way off. Horton Tucker grabs it. Horton Tucker's been in some foul difficulties. Drives, kicks it out. Good wide open look. And Stanley Johnson can't connect. Stanley Johnson picks up his 4th foul. A brand new year means a brand new bachelor. Clayton Eckert's journey to find love begins. Back to the bachelor mansion and around the world, but with 30 women after his heart, you know there will be a brand new drama. Season premiere of The Bachelor, Monday, January 3rd, 8/7 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
And I'm embarrassed to say this, but my daughter Grayson Van Gundy will be glued in to every second of Clayton's chase for love.
Well, the line, but with 30 women after his heart, does that remind you of your days back in high school?
It doesn't remind me of my dreams.
Well, why are you embarrassed?
It's a great show.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not a great show for others, but not for my daughter.
Way to plug the promo. Horton Tucker back to James. James goes inside, kicks it out. Darren Collison lines up the seams, can't get it to go. Collison, his first game in 2 years. Bembry kicks it out. Galloway slips out of his hands. Here comes Malik Monk. Monk drives, goes inside. Shot swatted away by Brown. I just love Bruce Brown's versatility.
He's a winner. I mean, the little plays put you in position to win ball games, and he doesn't surrender an inch. And a good job also by James Harden.
It was Harden who blocked it, not Brown.
But that energy and effort, Coach, you can attest to it. It becomes contagious throughout the lineup.
And James Harden tomorrow is having his number retired at his high school, Artesia.
Pass inside. Horton Tucker gets that to go as Russell Westbrook with his 11th assist.
Well, you just never cease to amaze us. I mean, you flat out get it done. You're always working.
I got my sources.
Under 3.5 left here in the third. James Johnson makes his move, goes inside. Reverse layup is good. Ball deflected out of bounds, and it's going to go back to Brooklyn. Brooklyn still for the game, shooting 50% from the field. Johnson back to Mills, launches the three. And Westbrook tracks it down. Westbrook spins against Galloway and turns it over. Mills, Galloway, layup, shot is good. Langston Galloway, just his third game with Brooklyn. Nice job on the fast break. The lead is back to 13.
Those are the mistakes you can't have. Russell Westbrook with the careless play, allowing the Nets to get it going in transition.
Anthony gets inside, shot blocked by Johnson, and they say a travel. I don't know if Johnson got a piece of it. Either way, a turnover. We'll take a timeout, 2.5 to play in the third. Brooklyn now back on top, double figures. Christmas Day in Los Angeles, 2.5 remaining, third quarter. Lakers and Nets, James Johnson, nice drive and a finish.
And that's the Draymond Green type of keep action. James Johnson dribbled hard at Mills. Defense softened on him, and he was able to turn the corner and score a layup.
Horton Tucker, James Johnson right on him. Here's Collison. 5 out of 24. Horton Tucker makes his move, things inside. Westbrook has to throw it up. And a rebound, Claxton. After the Lakers had regained the lead earlier in the third, it's been a dominant run now from Brooklyn, 16-4. Under 2 to play here in the third. Patty Mills, three-pointer. Collison finds Anthony. Anthony finds Horton Tucker for the slam. Nice pass from Carmelo Anthony, his 4th assist. Mills. Mills off the bounce. Beautiful feed to Claxton.
And the crazy thing, if that was Steph Curry, we would show that a million times and nothing to take away from him. But because it's Patty Mills, we ignore it like it's a regular play. Not an offensive set, but his constant movement, Steph Curry-like, created that opportunity.
Mills now, corner three, knocks it down. Largest lead of the game. Patty Mills now with 25. The Lakers down 18. What a turnaround here in this third quarter. Malik Monk caught. Westbrook gets inside, layup rolls around, won't go. And Galloway the rebound. Mills, so much energy. 33 years old, in his 13th year in the league, playing some of his best basketball. Pass inside, Bembry finishes, and Patty Mills dominating out there. It's a 20-point lead.
That's the problem with downsizing, is that you have nobody at the rim to correct any mistakes in that defensive possession. 102 points is just unacceptable to this Nets team through 3 quarters.
They had a foul to give. 36 points here in the third.
And this is what Mark was talking about. the Curry-like movement, and then a beautiful left-hand drop-off. And then again, the 45-degree cut through the elbow, and a beautiful find to Bembry.
Westbrook drives, and that will end the third quarter. Brooklyn once again. Terrific offense led by Patty Mills and James Harden. A 20-point lead as we head to the fourth. Welcome back. NBA Christmas Day presented by State Farm. As we begin a fourth quarter, Lakers down by 20. This is the third straight game, all at home, that the Lakers have trailed by 20. 20 or more. They've lost 4 in a row.
And this is why I disagree with the whole chemistry thing. Anthony Davis is out, right? So that crushes. I mean, this is a team built around star power. So if you take one of the 3 best players out, you're going to have a problem. But they need to find quality depth around them somehow, some way. And it's going to be a challenge for Rob Pelinka and the Lakers to be able to put together a roster. There's no assurances that they can make the playoffs.
They're going to make the playoffs. Look at that Western Conference.
They have the hardest schedule left. They've had the best part of their schedule is already past them.
No, I agree. While we referring to the plan, they're going to be in that 10.
Shot won't go. Westbrook the rebound.
We'll see.
Anthony pass deflected right back to Westbrook. Westbrook sets, fires, can't hit. Well, the West has the 3 best records, but only 5 teams are at or over 500 in the West. Whereas the East have 9 teams at or over 500. Nice feed, Harden to Claxton. And they're just right now up by 20, dominating here as we begin the fourth.
My overall point, though, is I don't think it has anything to do with chemistry or lack of familiarity. I just don't think this is, with Davis out, you're looking out there. This is a Nets team that is missing 2 of their 3 best players. And they are absolutely carving them up. It's a talent issue for LA.
Patty Mills with 28. 6 of 11 from three-point range, in the top 5 in three-pointers made. He has been the unsung hero for Brooklyn, not only here tonight, but all season.
Want more stats? Just ask Siri, who leads basketball in assists.
Yeah, Patty. What's the vibe? Yeah, Patty. Yeah, Patty.
James Harden loving what Patty Mills is doing, and what a few months it's been for Patty Mills. Back in August, scored 42 points in the Olympics in the bronze medal game for Australia. First ever medal for men's basketball for Australia. He was magnificent as he's been. He's a 4-time Olympian. Then he signs with Brooklyn as Malik Monk knocks down that three-pointer. Signed a 2-year deal with Brooklyn, and with all the various injuries and COVID protocols, he's thrust into this major role, and he's playing his best basketball. Claxton had it, lost it, gets it back, and Galloway was out of bounds. By the way, for Mills, it's the 10th time this season he's had 20 or more.
And he's absolutely answered the bell for this Nets team. With all their upheaval all year, you look at those numbers. After a tremendous run in San Antonio, to come here and make this type of impact.
Almost to say Mills played 10 years with the Spurs. Won a ring in 2014.
And they loved everything about him. But I want to go back to what Coach was talking about before the commercial break or the timeout. This isn't an Anthony Davis problem either, because Anthony Davis comes back healthy and whole. This is the same team that was inconsistent with Anthony Davis. This is a hard-working habit discipline problem. I think until they get to that point, this team is going to have problems.
Galloway cross court, James Johnson using the left hand, gets his own rebound, back out. Javon Carter lines up a three-pointer. Rebound, James. Horton Tucker. James fires and connects. His numbers, 29 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. But his team down 107-92. 8 straight points. Now for the Lakers after trailing by 23.
And I like what Stanley Johnson just tried to do. Deny the ball to Harden.
James Johnson kicks it out. Galloway up top to Hardaway. Excuse me, to Harden. Harden's, nope, they're going to wave it off. An offensive foul.
And the right call, James Harden using that left arm out to the midsection of Tucker. Clearly the right call.
They're going to review it too for a flagrant. Ooh. Elbow right to the groin. Horton Tucker slow to get up.
That's flagrant whether they call it or not.
That's flagrant. That's pretty good by you.
So Kevin Cutler, Derek Richardson, and Moussa Dagger.
We're going to replay for a hostile act.
Or your favorite, the hostile act. Harden with 32 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds. That's his 4th foul. Crowd just saw the replay. Our man Steve Javie working on Christmas Day. Steve, thanks for working. Merry Christmas to you. What'd you think of that play?
Merry Christmas too, Mike. Definitely not a basketball play. Severity of contact and where the contact occurs, as Jeff was saying, contact occurs in the groin area. I think this should be a flagrant foul, of course.
Well, the officials working on it. Thank you, Steve. Perhaps you heard the crowd as soon as they saw it on the big screen. You heard the oohs.
Every guy was like, oh!
Well, the Brooklyn Nets went up by 23. About 90 seconds into the 4th quarter. Looked like this game was over, and Lakers making a little run right now.
Well, you think if this is flagrant, 2 in the ball, I mean, they can cut it to a manageable lead.
Harden discussing it down with Moussa Dagger. Kevin Cutler finishing up with the replay center right now. And let's hear from Kevin Cutler.
The foul's been upgraded to a flagrant foul, penalty 1. Taylor and Horton Tucker going to shoot 2 shots.
The 2 shots on the ball. And again, as Jeff just mentioned, all right, they've got an 8-0 run. They've cut it to 15. You can get yourself a 4 or 5 point trip right here.
There's a lot of time left in this ball game also.
Horton Tucker, 12 points. We'll get another one now.
And they invested a lot in Horton Tucker. And, you know, he's struggled coming right back off of his absence for COVID. They're going to need consistent good play from him.
He has so much potential. He's just 21 years old. It's his 3rd year. He signed that 3-year, $30 million deal in the offseason. Missed the first 13 games, had right thumb surgery. Then he missed 3 games with the health and safety covenant. He's only played in 17 games. But they need his young legs and his athleticism. Shows flashes of potential, Mark, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. But I'll tell you what, though, potential can get a guy fired. At the end of the day, you need results.
Speaking of beautiful passes, LeBron James, though they get 4 points out of that trip, 12-0 run, and it's all of a sudden back to 11.
When James is at the elbow, he's thinking pass first.
Lakers fighting back. They trailed big early in the first half, came back and took the lead in the 3rd, then got obliterated the end of the 3rd. James Johnson, well short. Malik Monk the rebound. Throws it ahead, Anthony. Fakes, fires, three-pointer. Crowd back into it in a big way.
I like the way Stanley Johnson is competing defensively, though.
Absolutely. And they don't have a lot of other offensive answers with Mills on the sideline.
Bembry, nice move, couldn't finish. James will bring it up. Just over 4 minutes gone by here in the fourth. James, hesitation, spin, kicks it out in the corner. Three-pointer Monk, it's good. Timeout Brooklyn. The lead has been cut to 8 on a 15-0 run.
Crowd loving what they're witnessing in the last couple of minutes. LeBron James making a play off of the stop, forces double team, a help, finds Malik Monk all by himself. And love the reaction of Monk.
Welcome back, NBA Christmas Day, presented by State Farm. Our aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, celebrating the drive that moves you forward. Goodyear, more driven. The Lakers were in a heap of trouble early in the fourth, but what a turnaround with this 15-0 run. What's been the difference, Mark?
They got stops, and then they executed on the offensive end. When they do that, good things happen. They find themselves in a ball game.
Patty Mills comes right back in. Claxton hands off to Hart. Alley-oop to Claxton, poked away by James. This 15-0 run, by the way, in just 3 minutes. Horton Tucker looking. Monk, Stanley Johnson to drive, feet inside, Anthony with the finish. 17 straight points, and it's a 6-point game. Harden looking, finds Bembry. Bembry pass inside, stolen by Anthony. James to Anthony, thought about it. James wants the ball. Now they switched with Claxton on him. Shot clock at 7. James the drive. Pulls back, leans in, 2-point attempt. Banker won't go. And Mills the rebound. Mills finds Javon Carter. His three-pointer off the mark. Anthony lost the rebound, but James right there to pick it up. James charges down the lane, running layup, in and out. And Harden comes the other way. Harden. And a jump ball as Carmelo Anthony with another good defensive play. They'll jump it up.
I think that was a foul, but they don't have a challenge.
Steve Nash agrees with you, Jeff. Nets haven't scored in 4.5 minutes. Remember, this is a team, they had 102 points through 3 quarters.
Yeah, let's jump it up.
Harden, you're allowed to tip it twice, does so, and Brooklyn gets possession. Shot clock at 15 as we're past the midway point of the fourth. Harden fakes, drives, gets inside, layup comes up short. Horton Tucker, tough rebound in traffic. James posting up, and foul on the entry pass. That's going to be the 3rd team foul against Brooklyn as Bembry picks up his 4th.
But you can't guard that. There's nothing you can do. LeBron James, almost like Shaq or young Dwight Howard or Alonzo Mourning in his prime. Get into the paint area, get in front of that rim, make your body big, and demand the basketball. That's a nightmare to defend.
Claxton returns. How about Stanley Johnson? 22 minutes. They just signed him yesterday. His first NBA game this season out there with the Lakers. Horton Tucker the drive. Another one in and out as Claxton grabs the board. James Johnson, Mills for 3. Puts it in. Patty Mills with a season-high 31. And that ends the first points in 5 minutes and 18 seconds for Brooklyn.
Well, again, in a deep drought, and Patty Mills answers the bell and knocks down a three.
Coming national TV schedule brought to you by Under Armour. NBA TV on Monday, Bulls and Hawks, followed by the Nets playing back here in this building against the Clippers, and then NBA TV Tuesday, Wizards and Heat, and then the Nuggets and the Warriors. A huge fourth quarter comeback right now for the Lakers. Down by as many as 23. They cut it to 6 before that Mills three-pointer. James trying to get the three back, and he does. LeBron James from downtown. It's back to 6:32 for James. Under 5 to play. Harden stolen by Johnson. And then a foul as the Lakers went in. It's James Harden called for it. That's going to be number 5 on Harden. They're going to look if it's a clear path.
I can't say enough about the job that Stanley Johnson is doing. We talked earlier about guys putting himself in position to be in this league for the long term. He is back and made an impact, and it's his defensive presence and just his competitive spirit, Coach.
No question. And to me, that is a clear path because the ball was in flight.
And you look there, James, his shoulder looks to be ahead of Harden at the time of the foul. Johnson signing that 10-day hardship exemption yesterday. Stanley Johnson.
We have a common foul.
I'm surprised that's a common foul.
Well, that's what they call. The pass perhaps not when the foul was called. Had not been started. Harden, meanwhile, does pick up his 5th foul. But Johnson, he's a former lottery pick. And the thing is, he's only 25 years old. As you, Jeff, you've talked about, he's a good defensive player. He's never been a consistent shooter.
But he can play in today's game. I mean, the shooting is an issue. Humility and knowing exactly who you are as a player has to be his focus. Concentrate just on what he does well and try to stay away from those things that he doesn't do as well.
Lakers are his 4th NBA team. This is his first game of the season. And playing big-time minutes. Anthony up top to James. 8 on the shot clock. Johnson guarding him. James to Anthony. Shot clock at 3. Anthony on the drive, pull up, shot blocked from behind by Claxton, deflected out of bounds. And it's going to be Brooklyn ball.
A good job by Claxton, getting back into the picture and blocking that shot at Temple Mello.
4 blocks for Claxton. Still plenty of time remaining. Brooklyn's lead right now at 6. Johnson does a good job keeping Harden in front of him. Now Harden gets past him, throws it inside. James Johnson, shot won't go. Claxton battling, had it, lost it, picked up by Anthony. Brooklyn's gone cold. James soars and lays it up and in. 4-point game. A 22-3 run. A blocking foul call on Stanley Johnson, who is laying it all out there right now. That's his 5th foul in 24 minutes. He is just playing so hard.
The old one-man fast break. I mean, you're not going to stop him with one guy. You got to collapse. And I like how they're not switching these pick and rolls, but keeping Stanley Johnson on Harden to force tough shots like that.
Harden winces as he gets up slowly. He thought there was contact. Johnson played him tough. Anthony, left side, back up top, Harden on him. Westbrook gets inside, misses the layup, picked up by Patty Mills. Westbrook just 4 of 19 from the field. He's got a triple-double with 11 assists, but has struggled to put it in the hole. And a timeout called by Steve Nash. He was trying to get his team's attention. with 14 seconds on the shot clock. Brooklyn with the ball, up 4 with 3:12 remaining. Harden shaken up. Well, we've seen some big games from a couple of former MVPs as the Lakers and Nets battling here in Los Angeles. LeBron James with 34, 9 and 5. James Harden 32, 9 and 8. Patty Mills also a great game with 31. But Brooklyn's gone cold. They have just 3 points in the last 7.5 minutes and only 8 points in the quarter. Harden, Claxton, Bruce Brown back in, James Johnson and Mills. Westbrook called for a reach in. That's only the second team foul, third on Westbrook. And a technical foul on Carmelo Anthony. He pushed Claxton. And that's just not a smart play. Trying to make this comeback, every point so important. Anthony's played a good game. 15 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, some good defense.
He's been around too long to make that mistake. You don't want to give up 3 points to a team that's struggling to score against your defense.
Carmelo Anthony actually leads the NBA in technicals. He's got 9.
I think it's what Claxton did to Westbrook. But Melo felt like he had to get his back. But that's not a smart play by Melo. And I'm sure he's well aware of that.
Mills has it. Mills tied up cross court. Bruce Brown drives, layup is good. Bruce Brown with 16 big points, and Brooklyn back up by 6. James has played 37 minutes. By the way, it's Brown's season high. James thought about a 3. Malik Monk drives, kicks it back out. Anthony for 3. Westbrook another rebound, back out to James. James drives on Mills. Feed to Anthony for the slam. 4-point game, just under 2.5 remaining.
Good effort by Westbrook to give him a second chance opportunity.
And 17 points, 11 rebounds for Carmelo Anthony. Harden chased by Johnson, floats it up, bank shot, missed it. Rebound, Westbrook, his 12th. Westbrook kicks it out. And Stanley Johnson given all the room, but he's not going to take that. James goes at Claxton, gets inside, banks it home. 2-point game.
But that is knowing who you are if you're Stanley Johnson. Turning down a wide open shot so that you can get it to the best player. Excellent humility.
Mills for 3. It's good. Patty Mills does it again. His 8th three-pointer of the game, and Brooklyn back up by 5.
But you got to be more disciplined if you're Russell Westbrook. Fell asleep for a second and paid the price. Stay connected to Patty Mills in that situation.
He ties his career high. James a 3. Bang! LeBron James from way downtown. Claxton looking. Stanley Johnson right on Harden. 5 left to shoot. Harden a step back 3. In and out. Rebound Monk. Lakers with a chance to tie or take the lead. James finds Monk to the basket. Inside, lays it in. We're tied at 1:15. Timeout Brooklyn. Oh, what a comeback from the Lakers.
Well, very nice find by James to Monk. Late rotation by the Nets, but again, trying to get Patty Mills on him. The switch, James Johnson comes back, but it's too late.
A stirring comeback by the Lakers, down 23 earlier here in the fourth, a 31-8 run. And with 45 seconds remaining, we're all even. Brooklyn with the ball. Mills and Harden. Alley-up to Claxton, he throws it down, and the foul. What a pass and what a finish, and a chance for a three-point play.
How spectacular was that play? You can't execute this if you tried it 10 more times. The pass, the delivery, the finish, over the contest, that's good defense, but a spectacular job delivering it where only Claxton can catch, and what a finish.
Nick Claxton, 8 points, 6 rebounds, 4 block shots, and a big free throw there as Brooklyn goes back up by 3. For Patty Mills, not only a career high 34, he's got 7 assists as well. James will bring it up, a season high 39 for James here tonight. The hesitation, the drive. Pass deflected out to Westbrook. Westbrook drives, tried to jam it, he missed it. Rebound Harden.
They have to foul.
And Westbrook fouls Harden. That was the foul to give.
LeBron James felt like which he was, wide open in that corner, but you can't blame Westbrook.
By the way, that was not, they're in the penalty, not a foul to give. Westbrook had a good chance. And now Harden will shoot free throws. Westbrook his 4th foul. Now a 4-point lead. Harden 10 of 14 from the free throw line. 33 points, 10 assists, 9 rebounds. Remember, he hadn't played James Harden in 15 days. Two clutch free throws there. Harden and Mills each with 34, 68 points. The starting backcourt for Brooklyn. And the Nets have a 5-point lead with 20 seconds remaining. Boy, what a fourth quarter roller coaster ride this has been.
Really turned into an exciting ball game.
And it shows you once again, at every level of basketball, if you play harder than your opponent, good things can come. And in the fourth quarter, the Lakers were competing at a much higher level of intensity and passion. And it started with Stanley Johnson, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony.
There's so many different players on both teams contributing to this one, including James Harden. Magnificent, Mark.
A lot of time off. Could have made excuses. Found a way to get it done. Spectacular all-time great player. Putting on a clinic on Christmas.
He missed the 3 games with the health and safety issues, and then the 3 games postponed. Meanwhile, Patty Mills, who's played in every game this season and playing his best basketball, has done it once again. He has been just spectacular for Steve Nash here tonight. Lakers out of timeouts. Neither team with a foul to give. Brooklyn still has a timeout remaining. Wayne Ellington comes in for his 3-point shooting. Ellington looking. James guarded by Brown. Precious time. Steps back, 3-pointer. Shot no good. Rebound Harden. And Harden will walk it up. Lakers do foul. Westbrook fouls with 10.7 remaining. Harden can put this one away at the free throw line, although Brooklyn weathered quite the storm here in the fourth quarter.
But this is quite a win for Brooklyn. To have Durant and Irving out. Harden just coming back off a 15-day absence.
The team hadn't played in a week.
I mean, it's really, and going on the road against a team who had lost 4 straight and has LeBron James, it's a heck of a win.
Harden adds to his total. A triple-double, a 36-point triple-double. The lead back up to 7. They blew a 23-point lead, but then made the big plays in the final seconds, and that'll do it. The Brooklyn Nets The best road record in the NBA now, 12-3 on the road. LeBron James disappointed despite some spectacular plays here in the fourth as the Lakers lose their 5th in a row, including 3 straight here at home, and are now 2 games under 500. Harden with 36, 10 and 10. Patty Mills with 34, but others played well. Bruce Brown, a season-high 16 points. Nick Claxton with some big plays. And after Brooklyn blew that 23-point lead, they go on a 7-0 run in the final 45 seconds. Oh, Christmas Day here in LA. A lot of excitement in the fourth quarter, but the Laker fans go home disappointed. Brooklyn gets another victory, 122-115 over the Lakers. Thanks so much for joining us on this holiday. Coming up on ABC, Blacklist Except on the West Coast. For Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy and our terrific ABC crew, Mike Breen saying thanks so much for watching. Next on ESPN, Mavericks and Jazz from Salt Lake City. Merry Christmas, everyone.